This is the mirror. I found this house online. It was really cheap, like half off, because apparently no one wanted to live there. They said it was empty, but when I walked into my room I saw this mirror. It didn't look like it was from here. It looked really old, like antique, but it was leaning up against the wall. Who had put it there? Then at night, I started hearing things like footsteps outside my door, voices whispering my name. I turned the lights off and got into bed. I stared at the mirror. At first it just looked like a normal mirror. Then all of a sudden, there she was. At first I thought it was my reflection, but then it started moving. She never moved though. She just stood there and watched me. I turned around, but there was no one there. So I turned back to the mirror and she was still there. Then she started getting closer and closer every night. One night I turned around and she was right behind me. There was no gap between us. Then I felt something wet on my neck. I turned around, but there was nothing there. Just as I was about to call the police, the lights started flickering. I think she was trying to tell me something. I got my phone and recorded it, but when I played it back, she wasn't there. Maybe she only showed up when the camera wasn't recording. So I left my phone there and turned around. And then she was right in front of me. I screamed, but then she vanished. Then I heard a loud bang. I turned around, nothing. Then she was back in the mirror. This time, she was smiling a big, creepy smile. I don't want to be too dramatic, but I think she wanted me to know that she was alive. So I tried talking to her. "Who are you?" I asked, but all that came out was a whisper. I tried again. "Who are you?" Then she started moving again. She took a step out of the mirror. Her eyes glowed red. I screamed, but she kept coming. Then suddenly she was gone. I looked away for a second, and when I looked back, she was right behind me. I could feel her hot breath on my neck. But when I turned around, she was gone. She's not in the mirror anymore. She's in my room. Oh my God, where am I? What did she do to me? Why am I in the mirror? Help me. So now we're trapped inside the mirror. I don't know how long we were in there, but it felt like forever. I looked over and saw her. She was standing right in front of me. I mean, right in front of me. Like I could touch her. But when I reached out, I went right through her. I looked down, my hand was gone. Only my fingers were left. Then the worst part happened. She smiled. That same creepy smile. She was enjoying this. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. Then suddenly, she disappeared. I closed my eyes and waited for her to come back. But when I opened them, I realized something. I was no longer trapped in the mirror. I was in my room. I was in my bed. The mirror was gone. But that wasn't the only thing that was missing. That's when I realized I wasn't alone. Because when I turned around, there she was. Right behind me, and as she jumped out, I